You know what? There was a reason that the universe was like, Kyle, take your motor apart for no reason. And that's the reason. Welcome back, homies. Time to finish the intercooler. By finish, I mean make some end tanks. A little bit of CAD to start this thing off. We're just gonna roughly draw out an end tank and see if it fits in there. Well, here's version 1. I made it a little aggressive thinking that it wouldn't clear that mount right there. So we made V2, which is this one. Now when we make this, we're gonna put a divider in the middle right where that line is. That way the air from one turbo and the other turbo don't combine on this side of the intercooler, they combine on that side. Nice big sheet of aluminum. Aluminium, wherever you live. Wow, the camera can't pick up this aluminum just because the way the lighting hits it, but whatever. I'm actually shocked. Our bender actually bent this up. This is 1/8 inch aluminum and 4.5 inches wide. I mean, 9.5 inches wide. And I'm actually surprised that it bent this. I did have to use a big old Jesus bar on one side, sure, but this is the outside piece. That gets welded there. It might need a little bit of tapping here and there, but this one gets welded there. Do you approve?
Yes, look how clean it is. You're getting so good at laying dimes.
Hyping me up?
As they say, yeah.
Stacking dimes, I think it is.
Stacking dimes.
Wait.
I mean, it's very blended. I like it. It's supposed to look this way.
And then the divided part on the inside. So I'm actually gonna run a couple tacks on the inside here just because obviously my weld didn't fully penetrate through there. And the divider one, it doesn't have to be fully sealed up. And then drill 2 holes and put 2 pieces of pipe in the top side. Now we get to drill 2 holes in this thing. Maybe I should drill pilot holes first. Oh, almost got my bird. And as you can see, they are separated on the inside. All right, basically that's our end tank right there. We'd have to weld it up. It's a little bit twisty, but if I center it up and get the gaps pretty good, I think it'll be manageable. The belt sander is only 4 inches wide, and this is 4.5 inches wide, so I can't just like put it directly on the belt sander and get it even. So this might be good enough, and 2 in, and then we'll work on the 1 out after that. Welded. Not bad, right? Not for a guy who doesn't really know what he's doing, so take it as a win. There you go. That's basically your end tank. Just weld it like this. Perfect. No, for real though, I gotta cut this up, so I don't know. Just wing it, I guess. Like eyeball it. Getting warmer and closer. Better. Now I did make this top piece slightly less wide. So the other one was 4.5. This one's 4.25. And that's just so I can stack it on the top like this and make an actual groove weld. I forgot to do it on the last one. I can do it on this one. So we can fill that groove right there, and then you won't need to weld it from the inside at all because you'll get basically full penetration if you weld this gap. So this time we basically have a gap that we're gonna fill right here, and that's just gonna make a much stronger weld. I'm Batman. Another one. This one's only 4 inches on the top because we're putting a 4-inch pipe in there. We obviously don't want all the flat spot. This one is 6 inches on the end, but air is only flowing in that way. And this side's only 4 inches. It's gonna look a little wonky because this side's gonna be a bit thicker than this side, but it's gonna be best for airflow, I think. I don't know. Let's drill a 4-inch hole in this side and get the pipe in there. tank 2. Before we weld it on, we're gonna bead roll this piece with our 909 channel lock pliers. Now for anybody who's not seen me do this before, this is the 909 channel lock pliers. It looks like this. It has like the insulated, non-insulated things. What we're gonna focus on right now is this little groove right here with the, I don't know, little wiener piece on the end of it. What you're gonna do is you're going to take that piece, put it in the piece of pipe and squeeze down so this little groove thing pushes outwards, and that run that all the way around the pipe, and that's what's gonna make your bead. I know I've said this before, I actually have a second set of these pliers where I actually cut the end piece off, and it just allows me to go around corners a little bit better, or bends I should say. But essentially what's going to happen, like I said, put that on the inside, and I'll just do a quick little run right here to let you see what it looks like. And you can see our little bead forming there on the top. Quick little hack, if you've got a set of these, they're like, I don't know, 20 bucks on Amazon. Bead roller nowadays, probably 20 bucks anyways, but if you have them lying around, then you don't have to spend money on a bead roller. This one's gonna be tricky to weld. Science, baby. We're off to do some stupid shit. Doo-dah, doo-dah.
We're gonna maybe get a new Hellcat on a doo-dah day. Hello. It's funny, I was trying to convince Robin that she should race this.
But then
and now I might be the one who gets to race it.
Oh, I miss these. So,
put your seat back a little bit. You seem so far forward.
I'm not. I'm literally further back than you.
Oh, okay. I gotta wait.
Originally, we had a 2016 Challenger Hellcat, which was gray. I ended up selling it right before we quit to do full-time. And now this one's a 2019. And
it's blue.
I miss it. I miss the Hellcat. It was such a nice, like, quiet, refined car. The stereo systems in these things are, like, awesome for just cruising and listening to music.
All the way forward. Basically, but like, I just needed to lift the seat a little bit too, just because I'm a shawty. All right, where we going?
Wherever. Oh!
I love it.
Just a test drive.
This is just a little test drive.
Just a test drive first. Just a test drive. Just a test drive first.
Yes, definitely just a test drive. Listen to that
the supercharger!
whine. Oh God, it sounds so good.
I love it when you whine.
Hey,
717 horsepower in this one.
that's a good number. Oh, ready? Are you ready for this? I'm gonna slam it.
I forgot how much kick there is to these cars.
Yeah, like, I guess luckily we didn't spin the tires at all, though.
I did a little bit.
Wow,
Traction
not that.
control kicked in, though.
I feel like not that much, because the other Hellcat, I feel like, did it worse.
Yes. This one has drive radials on the back.
So that probably helps, I guess.
I forgot how much a kick in the ass this thing is, because it is like 600 foot-pounds of torque as well. Even though it's a boat, it still makes power.
Friggin' boogies.
The universe is calling, Gina, and you're in a Hellcat. That's a sign.
Is that the sign you're taking?
That's a sign. All right, so the Hellcat weighs, with our fat asses, because we're on a scale right now.
Shut up, we're not fat.
We are.
It. No, we're not.
We're large. 2170 kilos. I'll put the weight in pounds right here.
Okay.
Man, that blue is nice.
The blue is so nice.
So like I said, we had a gray one before, and it was kind of blah, but this blue one...
The Hellcat lights are still on.
Oh, yeah.
When it's dark outside, you would see it on the ground there.
Oh, we hit a bug.
Oh, a little bug. We hit a couple of bugs. We spooched a couple of them.
Yep, that's a Hellcat. They've already got the intake on it, so it makes more blower noises. I think there's an incognito on there.
Are you sure?
I think so. It looks like it to me.
Oh.
I like it because you can't really see in the camera, but there's actually like a
like a metallic.
There's like a flake
curly.
in it, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
Like not flat.
Yeah, it's not a flat blue. And the orange Brembos.
Blue and orange is good together. Goku proves that.
Goku did prove that. My man's Goku. You get 2 subwofters in here.
Oh man, you know how satisfying this would be to peel?
Do it right now. I dare you.
No.
Why?
When I buy it, I will.
Oh?
I mean, wait. You know what? Don't close this, but this is a pretty big trunk. I bet you can fit a whole Gina in here. It's a lot of Ginas. You could probably fit like 5 Ginas in here.
Even if I did close it, you just have to pull this handle, I think.
Oh yeah, it is. It's escape.
You think I can fit in there too?
Yeah, get in.
With you though. Like you gotta get in the back further.
The f I gotta get in the back further. Just sit next to me. It fits us both! How nice! Open this leg. Let me sit in your legs. Let me sit between your legs. Wait, can I put the camera down first?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can fit 2 people in the trunk, easy.
Easy.
You know how they use.
Like basically, if we were to take this on a road trip, we could probably push the back seats down and like sleep in the trunk on the back seats. I mean, I could. I'm short enough, but I don't know if you could.
But remember when they were like, they don't make cars like they used to?
Yeah.
Because they had the big long, like 5 dead hooker body trunks. That's what they called them, I think.
I've never ever heard
When someone's like, yeah, that's a big trunk, you're like, yeah, I could fit like 4 hookers in there. Show me the folder.
We just bought a Hellcat, another one.
Well, the bumper almost fits on there. I have not started trimming it yet. This is what the inlet of the bumper looks like. Oh, fancy, baby. You can hear him leaving right now. He came over for like an exhaust adjustment. We had to like cut it and pie cut it a little bit just to get it so it wasn't rubbing the bumper a little bit. That is the, you can hear him leave. That's the twin turbo Coyote that makes like 1,700 horsepower. Twin 68mm turbos, like 40 pounds of boost. Finishes bumper. And it pretty much fits. The only thing I might do is lower the intercooler a fraction of an inch just by shaving down the mounts on the bottom a little bit. Just because it's a little bit high on this side right here. But other than that, intercooler. Now I'm waiting for a couple things on the Hemi Fox. So, Miles and Mayhem is actually coming up in 30 days. Less than 30 days now actually, which is kind of scary. But we're going to be taking the SN95. Now I did order a new torque converter for this from Circle D. I wanted no spooling up issues this time at the track. So is my catch can setup and my cooling setup were built when I only knew how to weld in onto Circle like charge piping. I didn't know how to build tanks. So I think we're gonna get rid of that and that and that. We're gonna build a cooling tank over here and a catch can over here, almost the same as this car. They're not going to be stuck against the fender as much as this one is. They're probably going to be designed much more like the other Hemi Fox or like Gina's car outside. But we're trying to accomplish a couple things here. We want one, more coolant capacity, so we want a large tank over there. And we need the coolant to be on the suction side of the radiator instead of the pressure side of the radiator. Because right now, I think it's coming out of the engine. It only has the volume of this can before it starts sucking air, and then air just gets stuck in the system. So we need to make the volume of the can much larger so we suck no air in it. And then we also want a larger catch can, so if we do evacuate most of the oil, it all ends up in the catch can and not on the ground under my tires. First up, evacuate all the tanks. I'm also going to take a before picture and maybe clean up some of the things in this engine bay that I've wanted to clean up for a little while. For whatever reason, I'm a sucker for punishment, and I decided the whole motor's gonna come out so I can replace the converter with the motor and trans out, because it's probably equally as shitty to do on the ground to pull the transmission out as it is to pull the engine, and I can inspect the engine when it's out. Well, a lot of it's out already. Well, everything on this side is out. Just the bolts on the front plate and the mid plate, and then just to get the drive shaft and stuff out from under the transmission. I don't know. It's been like an hour. It's pretty straightforward on this car. I'm considering painting the bay too while it's out. Maybe. I don't know. For the record, this is the vibe out here, by the way. When the camera's off. So this is just about ready to pull out. Just gotta take off all the bolts. And then Gina came out and she gonna help me on the Hemi Fox. I mentioned at some point last time that we were moving the brake reservoir to the inside, and this is how we're gonna do it. Because I got 3 pedals. We need 3 pedals.
Well,
it's
I didn't know what you ordered. I'm looking at like this, like
this one. Anyways, if you move that piece of paper real quick. There is some assembly required, but that's a lot of built shiny parts.
That's very shiny.
So, basically, how's your skill level with Legos?
Legos, not too bad. If the instructions are okay, I'm sure I'll figure it out.
This is basically Legos.
Are you doubting my Lego skills right now?
No, I was asking, like, scale of 1 to 10, how good are you with Legos?
Oh, maybe like a 7.
Oh, trash.
It's a thing.
The 2 things, I think.
Side mount or flange mount, master cylinder kit.
Yeah, and then there's one here too. Another cylinder.
Oh, we got some stickers.
Look at that.
How come you don't put any of your stickers on your toolboxes?
I don't know. We'll read what it says though.
Pedal pimpin', 3 pedal pimpin'. So if you
Yeah.
only got the 2 pedals, it would have said like 2 pedal pimpin'?
It would have been like,
1
give
pedal
up.
pimpin'?
give up.
1 pedal isn't as good as 3 pedal pimpin'?
Sandy vagina. 2 pedal sandy vagina.
Nobody likes sand in their Arby's.
True. Maybe it could grip like a crunchy Arby's sandwich
Ew.
though. But look at all the pieces.
Wow, we got pieces. We got pieces.
That means you're gonna have to get in the car? Mm-hmm. Oh, she's in there.
A little bit.
Well, that's our fancy motor and transmission out. Gina had to run, drop off Cora, so... And Gina got a bit done over here, but there's a lot more under the dash that we needed out than originally thought, so she's gonna be back after. I'm gonna pull the transmission off, get a torque converter out of there. I'm so tempted to buy some 625 New Age head studs for this thing and put those in before Miles of Mayhem with a brand new set of head gaskets, but I'm not sure. Of course, as soon as Gina leaves in the Martian, it starts raining. You know what's crazy? We've got this Mustang, Gina's Fox body, this Mustang, getting a Hellcat. Life's pretty good right now. I also promised Dan at DD Speed Shop that he could drive the Hellcat, so here's your invitation, Dan. There it is in all its glory. It's funny because I've been faster with a stock bottom end than I've ever been with this engine. Granted, I've never put 38 pounds of boost to this engine. It probably could take it, I don't know. But there's the old magic happening. This is like a Hughes 16.0 or 16 something converter, and we've got a new one coming, and I'll show you that when it gets here. Like I said, I'm so tempted to just go above and beyond a little bit to make my Miles of Mayhem trip the best trip that I can be by putting 625 head studs in this and maybe like some MLX gaskets, so you can run more boost without lifting the heads, because you know we had fun time changing head gaskets out last time and valves, and it hurt. Definitely didn't leave myself much room. So we're dropping the oil out of this thing. There's probably only, I don't know, 30 kilometers on this oil. Less than 30 miles, if you're wondering. I'm also gonna grab the oil filter really quick and cut that open and see if there's anything inside of it. Definitely didn't bolt my oil filter housing to the cylinder head so I can unbolt it. Definitely didn't do that. Handy little tool for cutting open oil filters. Now the reason I'm doing this is I cut open the last oil filter and I had some material in it. It wasn't a ton, but it was enough to be alarming, but I don't remember the last time that I changed the oil filter, and I don't know if it was on Miles of Mayhem when we did the cylinder heads or if I put something through the motor that had aluminum in it, so I'm not sure. This one's got really low miles on it, so if there's anything in this filter, I should be concerned. The motor's out already anyway, so we're gonna pull it apart just to check. Quick, easy way to check anyways. Oh. Can you believe it? A bunch of little bit of paper protecting your engine? Better believe it. Oh yeah, this one's a lot better than the last one. Okay, I'm not so concerned anymore. I know I should squeeze the oil a little bit, but I see nothing in here, so it's not even worth squeezing the oil a little bit. All right, let's tear into this bad boy. Water pump front accessories first. As I was pulling the heads off, I noticed that there's like a lot of grit in all these cylinders. And I don't know what it's from, but it's rounding out the whole wall on this side. I don't know if it's casting material, but it's like powder, man. Look at this. What the hell is that? Is that just corrosion maybe from C16? Interesting. We'll know more when we get the head off, but that is, like, it's on all the cylinders. It's like little powder dust stuff. Well, moment of truth on this side. See what the hell's underneath this. I'm guessing a lot of water is gonna fall out. Oh, head gaskets are still brand new. Man, that doesn't look good in there though. Interesting. Like, that definitely doesn't look the cleanest, whatever that is on there. It is a good thing that we pulled this off though, because you can see right here that these coolant passages are ballooned up and there was definitely pressure getting into those. So, smart. Well, I sent the video to Nick. Nick said it might be the lead and the C16. I'm not sure, he's not completely sure, but it would make sense that like the lead residue would have some sort of like gritty, fibery powderness to it since, you know, lead is like a metal. Oh, look at that, more ballooned up head gaskets. Good thing we took this apart. You know what? There was a reason that the universe was like, Kyle, take your motor apart for no reason. And that's the reason. Since I'm already in here, I'm just gonna pull the lifters out. I've already pulled that side out just to make sure that all the rollers are fine. Nothing looks like super scuffed up, that all the bores look great. You can actually look down and see the cam lobe, see if anything's messed up down there. Just while we're in here, you might as well do it. It takes 5 minutes. Bop, bop. The lifters are kind of like just hanging in there, so. Ooh, shiny. Hydraulic lifters for the win, man. The GTI? The new Hellcat. All right, listen to it. Listen to it.
Yeah, it's so quiet though.
It's so quiet, but it sounds so nice. Oh.
Welcome back to the yacht club. Get it? Because it's like a boat?
Yeah, it's like driving a boat.
So, this is how you do it.
Wait.
I put it in first gear, and then you just go quarter throttle.
Oh, to get the whiny boy.
The whiny boy.
The whiny boy. We need a name for this. We need a name for her. Is it just Kitty? Like Robin used to call her Kitty. I feel like that should be its name.
Blue waffle.
No. Kitty, like I picture Kitty like the one from that 70s show, like the mom.
The mom? That's what we're naming this?
Yeah, Kitty.
This represents nothing like her.
Why not?
This is like
I feel like
loud
if,
and obnoxious.
No.
And she's all like sweet and kind.
But I feel like if Kitty had to like pick a vehicle, she probably would have went with a really badass one. Because I feel like even though Kitty seems so sweet and what?
You were just like, you were talking about unflattering angles. You could see 3 of my chins from down there.
I thought my dimple looked cute from that angle.
Oh, so you were doing it for your own dimple. I get it. It's real selfish of you.
I think that Kitty would pick like a loud and obnoxious car because she's like secretly a deviant, even though she comes off as like so sweet.
That's a
and
lot of
innocent.
speculation to name your car off of.
I don't know. I kind of like Kitty though too, cause like Alien Trash Kitty, and
I guess.
like I feel like
Hell
that's
Kitty.
something. It's also a Hell Kitty.
You're stony baloney right now, I think.
The GTI.
Would you just look at it? So the old one was gray. This one is actually, I believe it's called Puss Puss Blue, because...
What?
Yep. So, you guys may have noticed that my videos have been a little further apart. I just been like enjoying life and basically not trying to stress about having to make YouTube videos and making them when I want. So you can tell that this video is kind of all over the place. I'm just essentially doing what I want to do, and it's been great. I was doing YouTube basically full time for 5 years and working a full-time job. I just don't want to hate it because I love interacting with you guys. I love making videos, and I love doing what I'm doing now where I don't stress about making a video, but I love making videos and I don't want to drop it completely. And sometimes having a break is good. I went a long time pushing content, and it just feels great to just relax, know everything is covered, and start enjoying things more. I'm on cruise control right now. As the summer winds down and Miles Mayhem finishes and we get back to build season, I'm gonna bring back the F1 car. I'm gonna have fun, and I just wanna do it and enjoy it, if that makes sense. And this is one of those things we get to enjoy. We're already talking about road trips. In fact, we're actually going on a road trip tomorrow. So,
Buy a new car, go on a road trip with it.
exactly.
It's so pretty.
Do you love it?
though.
Do you love it?
I do. I love it more than the gray one.
Yeah, the gray one was okay. The gray one was like
It was fun.
entry level get into a Hellcat. This one is definitely way better. So the gray one, I think when I got it, it was like 50,000 kilometers. This one's like 30,000. This one's a 2019. The gray one was a 2016. There's a bug on me.
Did you just eat it?
No, I picked it up with my mouth and spit it out. Go stand by it. It suits you, lady.
I think so too. Thank you.
Oh, also congrats to Gina for hitting 500,000 followers on Facebook.
Thank you.
She officially passed me. I think my page is at like 415.
Really?
Yeah,
That's definitely official. I mean, 85,000 is kind of
past. Yeah,
But it's official.
Kind of legit. Oh, isn't she pretty?
it looks so good. It makes the best whining noises.
Yes.
The car makes pretty good whining noises too. Tell him, Gina.
This is my 2019 Challenger Hellcat that I just bought, and it's already missing a headlight. Just kidding though. It's actually an air intake for this whiny boy over here. I'm naming her Kitty. Why didn't you do it with the window? Oh, I guess the windows weren't down, but why didn't you do it from the outside?
But go in the back.
This is your walk around. Me jiggling around it. Woo. It sounds and looks so good.
You think I could dunk that net over there?
You think I'd throw that football over them there mountains?
How much you want to make a bet I can throw a football over the mountains?
There's no zoom on this.
Oh,
I don't think you touched.
white boy ain't got hops.
Come on, run back now. Woo!
Quick little Rotten Ronnie's trip. So we actually ordered some ARP 625 head bolts for this thing and some MLX gaskets. So hopefully we can put like 35 pounds of boost to it, which should be right around like a 7-second car. And then get this thing slammed back in here with a brand new converter. Get it ready for Miles of Mayhem. We still have a list to do. I actually put it on this car. Some stuff to do on my car, Gina's car, Tokyo's car, some stuff to order, you know. But we're going on a road trip tomorrow. I'll be back in a couple days. See you guys back when I'm in the shop. Peace easy. Get that V.